Hey Capricorn, what's going on? We are here with your reading, what you need to know for November. Okay, I'm looking at Judgment and I'm looking at Eight of Cups. So what this is about is like really getting real with yourself during the month of November. If you have stuff going on that you have been pushing yourself through, but when you check in, you're like, I don't actually want to be doing this. Now can be the time where you really take a close look at these things. So if you've been feeling like incomplete, if something has been feeling like you lack a sense of connection to it, there's an unfulfillment, I'm not being satiated by this or feeling satiated by this, or I'm just straight up unhappy with this. Now can be a time having Judgment there when you really look at it. But the thing with Judgment is that in order to see something clearly, you have to want the truth. So if there's a part of you that's like, well, I've been doing this and so this just has to work, or this just has to be in alignment because I've already spent time doing it. If you're looking at it like that, you're not going to get to a real answer here for yourself. Well, not the truth for yourself anyway. So with Judgment, you have to want the truth in order to see it clearly. Like above I've been already committing, or I thought that I was going to be here, or I want this to be something that's working, or that it's enough. More than all of that, above all, if you want the truth, you'll really be able to see what is aligned and what is not aligned. And for some of you, also making a choice that's connected with it. But Judgment is first going to be about seeing that, seeing what these things are for yourself, or what this thing is for yourself, and really asking if this is something that you want to keep doing, and knowing that it's not your only option. Your only option is not to be sitting somewhere feeling unhappy with it and you're just stuck with it. You have a choice, and it's making a choice to stay doing something like that. So yeah, it can be the time to really take a close look. It can be the difficult thing, but with Judgment, it can also be really liberated because you feel aligned with the truth for yourself. And once you sort of admit it, then you'll be able to take action accordingly. Make the change, it'll be helpful. It's really going to be helpful. At the same time, there can be a part of you that's like, I don't like the discord. I don't like the having to adjust. Like, I feel like it's going to be spending my time in a way that I don't want to, if I'm going to have to sort of implement what needs to be implemented. So there can be a lot of that you're feeling. Because you can know too, if I step away from this, or if I really go for what I want or what I prefer, it means big change. It means me taking action. It means me setting myself up for ultimately something better, but something that can feel very disruptive and chaotic presently. In the month of November, this does feel like a tower is going to happen. But tower is also about that your energy coming up within you and saying, hey, this isn't working anymore, or hey, this isn't compatible. Like, stop lying to yourself about it if you feel like you have been, or if you've been trying to like run away from this. So yeah, it can really be the time where it can even be out of nowhere. You're like, boom, done. I thought about it and I'm gonna do it now. I'm gonna take action now. So tower can be this very sudden, I'm just gonna do it now because I feel like I need to do this. And there can be helping hands that you have going through this transition as well. You can feel like this is the only way to create what you want to, though, even though you can be doubtful about it. It's like, this is going to help you manifest what you want. This is going to help you create the situation, the narrative, the reality that you want. Simultaneously seeing Five of Pentacles, it can be, is that even going to be possible? Am I going to have support to do this? Is the universe going to support this? Is this going to be a wrong choice that I make? There can be like a lot of doubt about you and what you're capable of and what's possible for you. That comes up that you can spend some time breaking down and looking into. Especially when it comes to, if I'm tuning into myself and what's true for me, and I'm making a choice to follow the tune of that, why would I think that things won't work out for me then? Why is that my impression? Why is that a belief system that I'm connected with? If I know within myself that something is out of resonance and I'm making a choice to move into resonance, so I'm correcting, why would I think universally that wouldn't be supported? Why is that my belief system? Saying you're gonna make it happen here. I get this sense of you being in the place where you get the energy that you need, and I also feel like you're not going to be putting yourself on the back burner anymore when maybe you had been doing that before. Maybe because you felt like other things needed to be focused on. Now can be the time where you're like, this is my life and I want to focus on me. And I want to feel good I want my life to feel good the way that I'm living it. This does look like there's something that you're going to be getting into that feels exciting, that feels interesting to you, or that feels more aligned with what you want and what you feel connected with, what you feel attracted to. You working with yourself and your self-expression feels like that's the barrier to progress that you may experience. Working with emotional stuff and then also working with self-expression. And I think self-expression as it's connected to what you're feeling and making that link. That is the barrier to you making progress. Like if there's not an alignment between what you're feeling, how you're feeling, and then choices that you're making and how you're expressing yourself, that will keep you from the movement. That can even feel like it keeps you from the future that you want to be experiencing. That will be then the present that you're experiencing. In order to see things clearly, there may be some type of whatever you need to do to clear your head and get in a clear thinking space to be processing as purely and clearly as possible. That is going to help you see what you need to see. So if stuff doesn't immediately come to mind, or you're like, is it this, is it that, I'm not really sure, doing what you need to do to get into a place where you feel like energetically I'm clear and I can just look at everything and see it as it is. Whatever you need to do to get to that place, to be thinking clearly, seeing clearly, that's really going to help. And you can also be doing something too where you're going to be restoring some of your energy, where rather than expending, rather than producing, rather than discharging, it feels like there's going to be a sort of gathering your energy back so you feel like it's replenished. So this can be something, for example, like, let's say your creative energy. Let's say you haven't been feeling particularly inspired or particularly creative. This can be a time where you take a break or take a step back, and so that inspiration sort of finds you again, or that enjoyment and that pleasure finds you again, or the intrigue or the magnetism finds you again. And you can also be pampering yourself in some way, resting, taking it easy, choosing yourself, and prioritizing your needs, especially your needs to function in the needs that you need met to function in the way that you want to be functioning, and knowing that this is a process. And I think also too, channeling your Mars energy in a way that's helpful and beneficial to you rather than destructive. So this can be something where you use the force within you that wants to do something to better your life rather than harm it in some way. Overall, this looks like it's going to be a huge change for you on the emotional front. I'm looking at a lot of major arcanas. November can be like a power month for you. You can feel like a lot's going on. We have Judgment, we have the Tower, we have the Magician, we have the Chariot, we have the Sun, we have the Empress, we have Temperance, and we have Death. So this is Pluto and Mars and Mercury. So Pluto is going to be about your personal power. Mars is going to be taking action in a way that's aligned with your personal power and also aligned with the truth. And Magician is also going to be like seeing very clearly what actions lead to what manifesting. Because you're able to see like the chess moves that everything is making. Then we have Cancer and we have the Sun next to one another. So this is going to be that connection between what I'm feeling and then what I'm doing. What I'm feeling and then how I'm expressing myself in accordance. And then we have Venus and we have Sagittarius and we have Scorpio. Having Venus and having Sagittarius, this is about exploring, this is about learning, this is about liberating yourself. Sagittarius is a sign that's connected with liberation. Seeing the higher purpose, seeing the higher connection, and then ending with Death over here underneath the Magician. This is about how you are evolving, connected with how you're thinking and how you're seeing things. So to be totally transparent and honest with yourself really gives you a step up and a benefit here to forge the path, to forge the way, and be creating something that you want to be experiencing. Now we have the High Priestess, which is connected with the Moon, and also the Six of Cups. This feels like nostalgia may be the thing that makes it difficult for you to do what needs to be done. Attachment. But this is for things to be better. It can feel like this is going to be really chaotic now, or what's going to happen, or it can feel dramatic or like intense. But what is all of this going to do? Like, why do any of this stuff? Where is it going to lead if you really follow the tune of this? It's going to lead to the Four of Wands, which will be you looking around and feeling like the way that my life feels is stable. The way that things feel to me, there's a sense of accomplishment. The way that things feel to me, there's a sense of reassurance. There's a sense of and a feeling of harmony. I feel like my life is harmonized with my values. That's what all of this is leading to. So you can feel like how you want things to be, your life is harmonized with that. In a way that's aligned with peace, in a way that's aligned with love, in a way that's aligned with your core values. And so you can look around and really cherish what it is that you're experiencing. Not that you can't cherish what you're experiencing now, but you can look around and say, things need adjustments right now. Things need to evolve. I'm ready for some new stuff within my life. I'm ready for upgraded things within my experience. And I've been maybe neglecting some stuff emotionally. This can be a time where you come home to yourself on the emotional front and say, I love myself and I want to take care of myself and I want to be connected in my heart space. And I want to see the world in that way. I want to love the way that my life feels. And I want to feel in touch with my energy that's nurturing and loving, which is my nature. And I haven't been feeling so connected with that. Because you can feel like you've been just in some situations that are no longer in resonance, no longer compatible with the way that you feel. And now is about finding, what do I connect with then? What is in resonance? And allowing yourself to explore and discover that. And I feel too like that's why the archetypes that we have are here, because there are themes having to do with home, there are themes having to do with past, with feeling, with exploration, and also with change and with allowing cycles to clear out when they're ready to clear out, rather than holding on to something that doesn't belong to you anymore. And two, getting in touch with your power. Your Empress is your ability to, one of many interpretations, I'm seeing Empress be connected with you being clear-headed enough to be making choices that feel empowering to you. So making choices out of inspiration and you following your intuition and doing it in accordance with your core values, rather than doing something just because it's familiar to you or you're used to it or you already put so much time into it, but it doesn't resonate with you anymore. And then you're left with that feeling of knowing that. And I think too, like I just get this feeling that you may have been like neglecting yourself emotionally a little bit, or not prioritizing yourself emotionally. And then you can feel like emotionally you're not feeling yourself. And you can feel too like I expect myself to be present emotionally and to care. And you can feel like your bandwidth has been very short lately. It can be something that you look at and realize, I'm actually super loving and super caring and super attentive, but I haven't been feeling connected with that because I haven't been taking care of myself or showing up for myself on an internal level. So that like archetypal motherly love, advice, nurturing, soothing, supportive, all of that, you give that to yourself now. Stepping into a position to give that to yourself. And then also be able to show up for others that you care about in that way too. Others that you want to show up for in that way, you'll be able to do. Because you can also feel too that what you have to offer maybe is not fully reaching its potential, and you feel like you're in some type of situation that what you have to offer, it's like a bit incompatible with that. And then you can feel like my Venus energy that wants to express itself is not really getting a chance to. There's not really a platform to do that in this situation or in these situations. And so it feels like these skills or talents or values of mine aren't getting to shine. And that is where I get some of my life force from. And that is especially where I get a sense of pleasure and enjoyment from. I feel like this is going to be a big psychological shift for you. Like stuff that you have an intention of creating and also seeing as possible, they're going to be more advanced things that you see are possible, or things that feel more like your taste. You're going to feel like it's possible. But getting through the attachments and through the releasing what needs to be released and through the haziness of nostalgic things that don't allow you to be fully present to your life or keep you in something that doesn't allow you to be fully present in your life, that's the stuff that's being worked with. And this is, again, coming to I'm seeing moon and sun connecting. Moon is intuition, what you're feeling, what you know. And the sun is going to be the illumination of that. And then how you express yourself when those things are united with one another. When that connection is made and following your intuition. And it's going to lead you into the type of situations that you want to be in. And leading ultimately to 3 of Wands and 4 of Wands, once you work with this block, this thing that is dialing your intuition down, like dialing those feelings down, and so you're not listening and you're not following it, breaking through that wall so you can really tune in and listen. And then eventually with the 3 of Wands and the 4 of Wands, it shows getting to the point where you look around and you're like, this is what I wanted, and this is what it's supposed to feel like, and this feels good, this feels right. And I feel settled. And that's where this is leading to. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I am sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.